It went well. I think the 5K was almost over. Like it seemed like it finished as it started. It was wild. Like because you have so much energy, right? It's the first race, and it's only a 5K at that point. So it went too fast.
1, 2, 3, 4.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 43 of the On the Runs podcast. We are virtual again tonight, and I love it when we are because we get to do this from home, Erika. No one's driving in this cold or getting out there in the weather. We got a little podcast recording studios. How are you doing?
I am good. I am in my jammies, and I am warm, very warm, and ready for some shut-eye. I had a busy weekend, so how was your weekend?
Well, it was a cold weekend. So
cold.
Some record lows in the area. Did you see Mount Washington had like negative 111 degrees?
They broke the record again.
They broke the record. They are like the home of the world's worst weather. Like the fastest ever wind was recorded there, 236 miles an hour, I think. They got about halfway there yesterday. But it was negative 111 or 108. I kept seeing different numbers. The coldest.
I think 110.
Okay, so there's a bunch of numbers out there. Negative triple digits on the top of the summit of Mount Washington. One of my favorite places in the world. A place I've hiked up, driven up, skied down. I just have never rode the train. The train is on the list one day. So guess who? Oh, Karen. She just skinned up Mount Washington and skied down. You know what skinning is?
I don't.
Well, it's not going.
Doesn't sound fun to me, though.
It's not doing it in the nude. It's not like skinny dipping. They throw these skins on your skis, and one day a year you can skin up the auto road, and maybe if the weather's good enough, they'll let you summit. But they did not let her summit. She got maybe 4 miles up, a little more than halfway, and then skied down. The very next day, my parents, DJ Terry and my mom Janice, they got to go up in a snowcat, and then they snowshoed down.
Interesting, man. All you people in your winter sports, I'm envious because I will not go outside in the cold weather. Well, I guess I shouldn't say that. I run, but that's about it.
Well, as we've talked about before, the cold's not that bad. It's the wind that blows.
The wind blows. Ugh. I shared a video of the Mount Washington observatory, like that crazy wind, and I got a couple of reactions. I got one from Lori, who was like, "Oh no, that's bad," and then Amanda was like, "That's a big bucket full of nope."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, I don't want anything to do with that."
I sent one to my buddy Kevin. Kevin and I hiked up Washington a while ago. So I do the charity hike that you know about. Many of you guys know about the charity hike. There was this one year they said, hey, would some people leave their vehicles at the summit because we hike up and then we get a ride down? And they didn't have enough. They called them road angels, I think. It's a road angel where someone will drive up and drive you down. We've talked about it because this past year I had some lady drive us down who didn't know what she was getting into, and she was having a panic attack. So
what a great story. Oh, my God. I remember that.
So I left my truck up there, and they didn't let us hike because the weather got nasty, right? The weather got nasty the next day. So when we were there, Kevin and I hiked up later in the afternoon to get my truck and drive it down. And we have a video of just like you're on one side of the building and it's calm and everything's fine. And when you walk around the corner, boom, the wind hits you so hard you can't hear yourself talk. I got to find this video. So I sent the video that Mount Washington posted this past weekend and said, hey, Kevin, it's just a little bit more windy right now than it was when we were there. It was insane.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That's just nuts.
Do you know who Casey Neistat is? Have you ever heard of Casey Neistat?
You know what? I just recently looked into him because I saw a video of him running the New York City Marathon this year. It was pretty cool. He did like a whole video. He asked his followers, like if they saw him on the course, to take videos and then send it to him so he could get like a really cool account of his race. So that's how I know him. But go ahead with your story.
All right, so Casey Neistat he's a really great YouTuber. I was a big fan of him back in like 2015. He put out videos every day for like over 500 straight days. So I just sent you this picture. I think he just did this for the content, but he went running in New York City during like the negative
on Saturday
40-degree weather. Look at this picture. He's on the Brooklyn Bridge. He has like skiing gloves on. He's wearing ski goggles. He is fully covered head to toe.
Most notably, he's the only one out there.
Right. He's like, this was from his Strava, I think. I saw it originally,
no
I think,
way.
on Strava. And you like, got to get the run in. And so he's got, look how perfect that photo is.
He is bundled. Yeah, he is dressed appropriately. So good for him. I mean, you'd never guess it was even him. There's no distinguishing features.
Right. It could be anybody. There's just a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of skin you can see under the goggles, above the nose. But this picture's perfect. He's got the Brooklyn Bridge,
cool.
the American flag, and the Freedom Tower all in the photo. It's like, and you're right, nobody else is there. Everyone in New York City stayed in. I bet you Hannah stayed in too. So Hannah's my sister, lives in Brooklyn.
I hope she did. So cold.
He got out there. That photo, I'm like, you know what? I wish I thought of what he thought of, to go running out in my my ski goggles with the big fire lens, just to get the picture for the on the runs page. That would have been fun.
There you go. I don't have any ski goggles. Should I invest?
You
But
know
you know
who's
what?
making ski goggles now? Did
Is
you
it gooder?
did you plan? Wait, did you do this on purpose?
What?
Did you see? I've been seeing nothing but gooder ski goggles all around social media this week.
Well, I haven't done anything on purpose, but if I were to buy any ski goggles for no purpose other than owning ski goggles, they'd probably be from Gooder. You got to admit.
We should get some
I
gooder
have
ski
enough
goggles.
of them, right?
We should get some gooder.
What's cool is you can like the face or the lenses can come off and you could pop different ones on.
Well, that's
that's
kind of
really cool.
That's kind of common with ski goggles. You know,
Oh shit!
you're
All
not,
right.
you're not one of the skiers.
No, I don't know. I don't know. I'm learning, man. I'm learning.
Well, let's talk about one more item before we get to our Instagram Live, because this is our Instagram Live episode, and during these episodes we might get to talk a little more.
Right. Let me just give my apologies for my technical difficulties in advance, because I could not figure out how to get my camera to flip around, and then my microphone shut off, and
Tell them
it was a bit of a disaster.
You got to tell them why you figured out later why you couldn't turn around your camera.
I did. So I had my phone attached to a ring light, and me being like completely social media inept, the ring light was blocking the little icons, because the icons show up on Instagram as white, and they were totally blending in with the ring light. And I was like, I can't, I'm clicking on it. Nothing's happening. Oh my God. And I think I put my hand behind it for some reason. Then I'm like, oh my God, there's something there. So I did figure it out. It took a little time, but I just felt bad that I wasted so much of Denise's time trying to figure my shit out.
I learned while playing with it that there is a feature in the settings where you can tell Instagram Live to always start with the selfie camera. So we'll have to find that in the settings and set you up, because we're going to do more. I really appreciate everyone who bared with us there as we're figuring out, how to get you on, because you couldn't get on right away. But we got it figured out, and we rolled through it. I think we were talking earlier.
I know, it took a while to even get in the room. I was like, invite me, accept me. It was a learning experience.
So before we get to our Instagram Live, something else went live today, the day we were recording. This is coming out on Tuesday, but our Patreon page went live today, and I'm pretty excited. This is something we talked about, like, do we do this or do we not? And we're like, well, let's try it, right? So, So Patreon is something where if you want, you can jump on our Patreon and you can help support us, and you can pick one of the tiers, and we have 2 tiers. We'll get into the tiers. But as a reminder, it's not required. The podcast is still here for you to listen to, and it's free. But if you do want to support us, we got 2 tiers here, and you can jump on. One of the tiers I called Friend of the Pod. When you pick this tier, basically you're saying, hey, we enjoy your podcast and what you're doing, and we want to help support a few of the benefits, which we're going to get more into benefits if this really kicks off. But one will be when we come out with apparel, it will be available to you first over others. And also, you're going to get a big shout out on the pod, and we're going to get to a shout out here in a minute. So the other level we did was called the Lover of the Pod, and the Lover of the Pod is $9 a month, and basically that's for our mothers. We decided, like, you know what? They might support us a little more. So if you love the pod and you love us, most likely because you're our mom or maybe a sibling. So that's how we did that. $4 a month, $9 a month. We're pretty excited to see what this could turn out to be. Again, the money is going to go towards our operating costs, our equipment. It's not going in my pocket or Erika's pocket. However, we will use the money to help someone like Sarah or to help someone like Justine and Nicole who are doing the 5K for Jay, something where we can support somebody locally. Sarah did the comedy night for her Boston Marathon fundraiser. So the money will go towards that too when something happens and we can sponsor an event. That's where it would go.
Yeah, we want to do some good in the community too. So that's gonna help us out.
That's right. So all the income we receive will go directly into the podcast or into someone else's fundraising opportunities they have for something like the Boston Marathon. That's pretty great. So I'm excited. We already, as we're recording, have 2 patrons.
And we are so excited.
Our first Patreon who jumped on board, we really have to thank her, Sarah Halleck. You're number 1.
We love you, Sarah.
Sarah's amazing. Sarah did choose. Sarah said she wants to be our mother. She is a
Really?
lover of the pod. Yes. Really, that was really exciting to see. Like, she chose that tier, and I wasn't expecting it from anybody except maybe our moms. So, Sarah, you are amazing. And then in about the past hour, we got our second patron, Lena Hart. And Lena is a huge fan of the pod.
Yay, Lena.
She's been a supporter since we met her at the Shamrock.
We are so happy that you guys could help us out. Like, we cannot even begin to thank you for your support.
And so anyone else who jumps on this, you'll get big shout outs on the pod. You might get multiple ones. I have a feeling Sarah and Lena.
You know how much we like shout outs, so come on.
Yeah. So
The flowing freely.
really, thank you very much again, guys.
Hey, they support us by listening, so we thank you for giving us your time.
Absolutely. And we thank you for listening. So why don't we get to our Instagram Live?
Let's do it.
Real quick, this is something we hope to do once a month. It will be something where we have friends of the pod on who maybe just did something pretty amazing, like the Dopey Challenge, or maybe someone does the Boston Marathon. There are so many people we could have on for the Boston Marathon Instagram Live.
Including our good buddy hype man Dave there, who just found out he gets to run it.
Dave, how cool is that, my man? You're in the Boston Marathon. How awesome is that? He is so excited. He got it through his work, right? His work lottery.
Yeah. Yep. I'm excited for him. Not gonna lie, a little jealous. I'm jealous at everybody who gets to run Boston, but Dave, we are so excited for you. Congratulations.
The hype man. So we got to figure it out because I think you kind of changed your mind on what you want to do. We don't think our friends are going to be there who have the typical spot at Water Station 2. And I never experienced the Boston Marathon. So I said, I'll do whatever you want to do. If you want to volunteer, I'll volunteer with you. If you want to go spectate and run around the course, I'll go spectate and run around the course with you wearing a flamingo costume. I don't care. I'll do whatever it takes.
You can wear the flamingo costume. I'll keep the flamingo headband. But yeah, I think spectating might be the way to go this year. We're going to have to find a spot, maybe bring some lawn chairs, because I just remembered I'm running a marathon the day before Boston. So my legs are going to be pretty sore and I'm probably going to need a couple sitting breaks. But I totally want to be there for everybody running and show my support and bring the vuvuzela and a cowbell and make some noise.
So what we know for sure is you and I will be there. We just don't know where and we don't know what we'll be doing, but we're going to go. We are 100% going to go.
And we will let you know where we station ourselves so we can find our friends.
And we're going to be tracking you, Dave. We're going to be tracking Tara. We're going to be tracking Mike Beeman. We're going to be tracking Steven. There's so many others.
Amanda and Holly. And oh, yeah, we got a lot of friends running this year, too.
There's so many. Oh, it's going to be a blast.
So many people.
Erika, just get ready to be in front of my camera quite often.
That is fine by me. I will be distracted by all the runners and you might need to mute me because I'm going to be pretty annoying, I'm sure.
Well, all
Gonna be
right,
fun.
guys. Enjoy the Instagram Live with Denise. This is new. Like I said, bear with us, but once a month we're going to try to do this. So the next one might be in Japan, and it might be at like 2 a.m. Eastern. So the good thing is when we do these Instagram Lives, we're then going to put it on our RSS feed in the next week or two for you to listen to if you didn't make it. So if you don't make the Instagram Live, don't worry. It will be here in like a short version of an episode that you're listening to today. Erika, I say, let's get to our conversation with Denise.
Let's do it. Here's Denise.
All right. So why don't we start even without Erika? Maybe for some reason. Oh my God. Okay. Yep. I'm getting the text here because I have an Android phone from Nicole. Erika was unable to join. That's too bad. All right. So I'm going to get rolling with this anyway. Since Erika was unable to join, for some reason, it won't let me do more. I'm hitting this one more time because I just got a invitation from Erika, and let's see if she jumps on.
Is it
here we go.
working?
Yeah.
Hold on,
It's
my
working.
camera's going the wrong way.
We did it. All right. We figured it out. It
Hold
wasn't
on.
the Android, Nicole. It was Erika.
I'm on Android.
I didn't get a request, but now
Oh,
of course I'm
well,
not going to be able to flip my camera.
Oh, that's just a ring light we got there. That's okay.
What-
You can turn
What's
it
up,
around.
friends? Technical difficulties here.
Well, we figured it out. That is awesome. I'm glad we figured it out for our first Instagram Live. This is pretty exciting. Erika and I were just talking before, and I was like, you kind of nervous? I had the butterflies, and I think the last time I really had the butterflies before a big interview was when we had you on, Denise. You were our first interview on the pod.
Yeah. And I'm back for the first Instagram Live.
That's right, our first Instagram Live. I'm like, hey, do you want to be our guinea pig again? And you jumped on board. You were like, hell yes. So you just got back from Florida. You were down there for the Dopey Challenge. And last time you went to Florida, it was a rough start when you tried to get down south.
Yeah.
How'd it go this year?
Yeah, it was super smooth sailing this time. Easy, very easy. No
I
stress.
literally can't flip my camera. By the way, I can't click on anything.
Just turn the phone around.
I'm not going to be able to see myself. I put an effort today too, guys.
You're perfect the way you are. This will go on our RSS feed later. Learning experience, very cool. Well, real quick, Adeline wants to say hi because you know how the 6-year-old is with attention.
Hi,
so
Adeline.
Here's Adeline. 6.5, and she.
always call me 6.
Well, I don't know. I'm old school.
She's almost
Listen,
7 now.
the people who are on right now, you don't have to be present, but Adeline is going to pull a name out of a hat at the end of this, and we're going to have a lucky winner of someone who's going to win the book Why Run When that Patrick Lieber, our most recent guest, had. So we're excited for that, and she will be the honorary person who picks out the hat. And I'm not going to put the camera on her right now because she's putting her foot in. Yeah, no. So there's Erika. All right. Erika, now that we can see you and we can see Denise, let's get this going. Dopey Challenge at Disney World. You had smooth sailing down there. How was the weather in Florida when it was cold and snowy up here?
It was actually really nice. I think the coldest it got was maybe high 30s, low 40s. So everybody there was pretty cold, but everyone that was used to cold weather was pretty happy about the temperature. So I had some throwaway clothes to sit in the corral, but otherwise it was really nice weather.
Oh, and now we can't hear Erika.
Come on. How about now?
There
How
you
about
go.
now?
There
I
you
fixed
go.
it. Okay. I'm so happy you finally got to go down because last time we talked to you, you didn't get to. Your plane got canceled and couldn't make it down and all that stuff. So
Yeah,
finally.
I know.
It's been a
It was
long
so
couple of
exciting.
years.
Yeah, for sure. So I was really, it was a little nerve-wracking before. Like, try not to get sick, right? Don't get COVID, don't get injured.
Right.
It was like I've been training for so long. So it was really exciting to finally just end it all with that. So worked out.
How did your training go for this session?
It went really good. So I think last time we talked, I was trying to qualify for Boston. So I actually had a marathon in October, and I actually did by 3 seconds.
Yes,
so,
you did.
Yeah.
Well done.
So that was really exciting. Thank you. So going into Dopey, it was really just like to go down and have fun. So it was only, I think I had 2 months to train for Dopey after that marathon. So it was more just like a big celebration and party than it was for anything else. But I did have the opportunity to run for my favorite local charity, A Running Passion. So that was really fun to go down with some other runners that were also supporting them to all run together.
Very cool.
That is awesome. So I got a couple questions about Dopey because Dopey's on our bucket list. And Erika and I were just talking yesterday about maybe 2025 because there's kind of like a mini Dopey challenge in Ohio we learned about from one of our friends, Angela.
That's right.
And it's a 5K, a 10K, and a marathon, or a 5K, a half marathon, and a marathon. What was it?
There's a mile, I think a 5K, 10K, and then a marathon. Or you could do like the half instead. But yeah, it's called you could do a 3-way or a 4-way with cheese. The cheese is the mile. So I'm like, well, I'm sold. I have to do that now.
I was like, that sounds like awesome Dopey training for 2025. So
Basically.
2 years from now. So
It's going to be a blast.
Did you stay at Disney World? And if you did, where did you stay? Because I was just there in December, and I absolutely love it when I stay on location at Disney World at one of their resorts.
Yeah, we did. We stayed at Coronado Springs because I knew with Dopey that I wouldn't want to be doing too much in between some of the longer days. So we stayed at a nicer resort so we'd have more. So I wouldn't be too enticed to go too far.
So did you take advantage of like the shuttles in the morning? So they drove you instead of you have to drive? And
Absolutely. Yeah, the buses were great. Started right at like I think 2:30 in the morning some mornings, but I didn't get on until 3. That was my
How are the wake ups?
So every morning starts at 5. The race starts at 5. So you pretty much have to be on a bus by 3 a.m. 4 days in a row. So we kind of just got on the sleep schedule of going to bed at 6 p.m. and then just waking up at 2, which actually somehow worked out. My mom was a saint to like take part and do it all with me because dinner was at 3. So dinner was at 3, bed by 6. But
that's a good schedule.
It was.
That is awesome. I'm being distracted here by someone, if you can tell. So
she's all over the place.
Oh my God, she is like she had ice cream or sugar or something. She's just super excited to pull the name out of the hat, which we'll do soon. So early wake up calls. What kind of nutrition have you been doing, and did you plan for Dopey?
I didn't really plan specifically for Dopey. I really just took each race as an individual race. And then just tried to recover after. I just kept my normal like hydration, nutrition with me. I still ran with my handheld water bottle for the marathon and had my gels that I always use. But it was pretty, before I just ate breakfast like normal beforehand because we were on like a good schedule. So it worked. It was really smooth actually. And I was grateful to be in Corral A. Which if anyone has run any Disney races, like that is like, I was shocked when I got my bibs.
Nice.
So the last time I ran, I was in Corral C, and like the stops were just full of people, like all the photo stops. It was crazy, but in Corral A, like I ended up in wave 1 because I was getting there early. So there was no one on the course pretty much, like, because I'm not super fast. So all the fast people just went. And then all of the photo stops were pretty much just run up, take a picture, and run back out. Like I've never seen anything. It was such a cool experience because I felt like it was wild. It was almost like your own race, which is not something you hear when you talk to people about Disney races.
So speaking of that, which characters did you get to take pictures with, and which ones were your favorite?
Oh, my favorite one was one with Mickey and Minnie together. They were in like celebration party dresses. Yeah. So fun.
I love that.
I don't think when I was there in December I ever saw Mickey or Minnie together at the same time. Now that I'm thinking about it, we did see both. Did we see Minnie Mouse?
Yeah.
We did. Okay, we did see Minnie Mouse. I think that might have been early on. But did we see Minnie Mouse? I think we did. I know we saw Mickey a couple times. So let me ask you this question, and I might be jumping ahead. You run through all the parks. What park is your favorite park to run through?
Definitely Epcot. Yeah, I would say. I don't think I ever saw like the boardwalk section of Epcot before, but that one was probably my favorite section. And then I think that little like waterway between, is it Animal Kingdom and Epcot, like at the end of like the marathon course? That's a really pretty section too, because you run like along the lake or river or whatever it is. But yeah, those two sections are probably my favorite.
Did you run through Epcot at night when the ball was all lit up?
Yes.
I think that is the coolest part of Disney there. You can see that ball from miles and miles and miles away, and at nighttime it just does all the cool light up and designs, and it's a pretty spectacular view. So that is cool. So
all of the races were over, I think, except the marathon. I think I finished the other 3 races before the sun rose.
In the dark.
that is
nice.
Yeah.
that
They
is
were all in
wild.
Yeah.
Oh, I could never. I don't know. I mean, I'm going to have to do this someday. But wow, that is an early wake up call. And that brings up a question I had. Recovery. What did you do for recovery between the races?
I made sure I stayed super hydrated. I think that was the hardest part because the marathon day, I think it was once the sun came up, it was almost like 75, 80 degrees. So it got really warm really fast that day. But really just tried to stay off my feet. Try not to do too much in the parks because, you are at Disney, so you still want to do something. And then
did you remember to stretch? Did you stretch?
I didn't listen. I'm sorry.
Don't worry. I never listen to my own advice. It's hard. It's hard to do.
Totally forgot to stretch. Yeah.
We'll let this one slide.
That's okay. We're still young enough, but we're almost at that point. So I am at that point. I imagine, Denise, you're doing pretty good. What did Chubby do when you were in Disney? Did he stay home?
Yeah, Cubby stayed.
Cubby.
Yeah. I keep telling him he can't turn into a chubby Cubby, so we have to keep running. Yeah.
And you said we.
Yeah.
Earlier you said we. Who is we? Who was down there with you?
My mom went down with me.
Awesome. She went with you the first time, right? And was she planning on it, or that was just because you had to drive down last minute?
No, she was planning on it too. Yeah. So the first marathon I ran with my friend Erin, and her whole family went down. So cousins, aunts, uncles.
Oh,
so
wow. Yeah.
But it was a lot of fun. We had a good time.
Let's get into the races then. How did the 5K and the 10K go for you?
They went well. I think the 5K was almost over. Like it seemed like it finished as it started. It was wild. Like because your ears have so much energy, right? It's the first race, and it's only a 5K at that point. So it went too fast.
And what parks did you run through in those races?
I'm pretty sure the 5K was just Epcot, and I think the 10K was as well.
I don't remember. Got to run it again.
That's a hard question. Yeah.
All right. So then you do the 5K, you do the 10K, you wake up early for the half marathon. How was the half marathon?
It was great. I actually ran, I found one of the other girls from the charity that I know that lives in Southern Maine as well. And we ran the whole half together. So that was actually a lot of fun. And we were trying to finish in under 2 hours, and we snuck it in there. So that was a good time.
That's impressive.
When you run with a friend, are you a talker? Do you listen? Do you like it when someone's talking to you and having a conversation? Or are you just like running next to them and like, let's just do this and finish?
I think we definitely were a combination of all of it. I think it was, at least most of the time, I think I prefer to listen when I run. But, sometimes if you're going easy and you're having a good time, like there's a lot to talk about on those courses. So there's marching bands and all sorts of things.
Yeah.
So
What were the spectators like, being that this was super early in the morning? 3 of your races ended before the sun came up.
There's almost I shouldn't say no spectators. There's a bunch of spectators, but they're all Disney employees, just all spread out throughout the course. And then I think that the majority, actually all of the spectators, are right at the finish line. There's like the finish line chute where it's lined with like your family members, but otherwise it's just Disney cast members all throughout the property, and then random like high school marching bands, and there was a group of like percussion drummers like on trash cans and stuff like sporadically around the courses too. All sorts of stuff.
I see you're wearing a one of your Disney shirts too.
Yeah.
So what did you think of the theme this year? Did you like the theme?
So it was 90s this year because it was the 10 years of Dopey and like 30 years, I think, of running. I love the 90s, so absolutely. But they really overplayed the DuckTales theme song. Like
Really?
So there's so many like cartoons and stuff that they play, and you run by speakers. And I was tired by the marathon. I was like, oh my God, I do not want to hear this song.
Had enough.
So how was the marathon then? You just ran a 5K, a 10K, and a half marathon. How did the marathon go?
So I woke up that morning and I was a little sorer than I had hoped I would be. You like sometimes you bend over and you're like, wow, the hamstrings are a little tight.
Mm-hmm.
So that happened. And I was like, oh, this is going to be fun. And then I started running and I was like, well, this is fun. Okay. And then I got to like mile 10 and my legs were tired. And I was like, oh, this is going to be a problem. So I made the choice to just start walking for like 1 minute every time I would hit a new mile marker. And even that 1 minute walk got me through every mile. So then it didn't seem so overwhelming and tedious, but you could totally see like the Dopey people versus the people only running the marathon.
They were feeling it, right?
Oh my gosh, yeah. You'd like look at someone's bib, you're like, okay, all right, that's why their legs feel fresh. Like,
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I have to read this comment real quick. Hi, Sarah. Sarah says, Mike says there's no such thing as overplaying that theme song. So we got a real, what was it? Not tailspin. What did you say?
DuckTales.
DuckTales.
It's a real fan over there. Hi, Mike.
DuckTales was a great show.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got Sarah and Mike here. You know who else joined us recently? Doozer joined us, which is pretty cool.
Hi, Ryan. Hi, Dave.
A lot of cool people on. Dave made a comment
Saw Alejandra
about
too.
Alejandra is there. Someone made a comment about hands being on my head, and
that was
that's just her
thing, wasn't it?
That was Thing. If anyone
we were
watched
talking about
Wednesday, that was Thing. So
cute.
I'm trying my best here with this cute distraction next to me, but
You're doing great, bud.
Yeah, thank you very much. So all right, the marathon went by. You got through it. Did you stay in Florida for a few more days?
No, we left the next day. You have to be there for so many days to just like get there, get your bib, and then just run 4 days in a row. So I had to go home.
How early did you get there then?
So the races started, we flew down on Tuesday and the races started Thursday. So I had to pick up my bib and everything on Wednesday. So I didn't want to take my chances in case the flight was canceled again.
That is true.
Right.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I did when I flew down for that too. Yeah. You have to get down. I think I got there like Tuesday night at like 10 o'clock at night. So that didn't even count as like a whole day. But you got the whole Wednesday for Expo and then whatever other fun you want to have. And then the rest are races, early wake ups, early bedtimes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We did Animal Kingdom after the 5K, and that was a lot of fun. That's probably my favorite park. But it did rain that day. Thankfully, not during the race, but it rained the rest of the day.
Oh, figures. When you want to have fun, you're going to get rained on.
Did you do the Avatar ride at Animal Kingdom?
We did back in 2018, so we didn't do that again this time.
I thought it was a little overhyped up.
Yeah, it was fun. It was cool, but
was fun, but I think we waited. It was the longest line we waited in the whole time, well over 2 hours. You know what's really good actually at Animal Kingdom is when you go into the tree and watch A Bug's Life.
Oh, that is
cool.
Super fun. My favorite is the safari ride.
Well, everyone has to do the safari ride. That is absolutely the best. You are right. So
I liked that Everest one. I think you did a video from that. You guys were screaming.
That was great. Adeline, I am so lucky that she likes roller coasters and is not scared of them. So I'm very lucky.
Nice. Did you guys do the Aerosmith ride? That one is my favorite.
It is the only ride she wasn't tall enough for.
Oh, no.
She missed it by about 1.5 inches, and I think it's because it goes upside down.
Oh, I
see.
Next
She
time.
didn't know what she's missing out on. So next time,
Gotcha.
maybe in 2025 for the Dopey Challenge.
There you go.
Well, one last question for you, because we are a story podcast. Were there any memorable moments in your races at Disney
Oh God.
that you have and you want to share with us? And I should have prepped you for that.
You should have. I want to say, I feel like it's a blur now because now I'm blanking on everything. But I think it was so exciting because there were no outrageously memorable moments. It was just, I don't think.
Yay, she was Code Brown free.
Code Brown
Great news. Great news.
Yeah. It was just, everything was smooth sailing, which never doesn't happen. Like, it was just easy.
That's awesome.
I mean, not getting through it all. That was a challenge for sure. Getting through the marathon, I definitely underestimated the challenge for sure. Like, I kind of went in like, oh yeah, we'll just get through it, like no big deal. But it was a little bit more painful than I thought.
Especially then having to pack up and come home the next day. Did you see the woman who won? By the way, is a local woman, lives in New Hampshire.
I did not. No.
Oh, no, it was pretty cool. A local woman who won in New Hampshire, and 7 months ago, she broke her back in an Ironman. Ran into a deer.
What?
Right?
Wild.
Wild story.
Crazy story.
I'll send you the news article, and maybe that's a hint to a future guest on the pod, everybody.
Yeah, for sure. That would be wild to hear that story. I don't have any crazy stories. Sorry, guys.
We'll
It's
allow
all
it.
right. You're one of our favorites. You're an OG of the podcast. We really appreciate you being our guinea pig.
Trying out this live thing. Clearly, I don't have it down yet, so I need to work on it first.
Right, and clearly I got to work on my distractions here. So as you can tell, Thing is going to pull a name out of a hat, and we're
Ooh.
going to select a winner. So earlier today, Sarah says congratulations, by the way, Denise. So earlier today, we had a poll up. If you listened to our most recent episode, you heard from Patrick, and he has run for over, I'm saying that wrong. He wrote a book about 40 years of his running stories, and he wants to give one away. So this is going to be our first contest. And if I can get Adeline over here, and Adeline, bring Thing with you, we put a poll question up today, and 6 people got the answer right, and the answer was 19,000-ish miles. Okay, so I can't hold it. My hands are full. So Adeline is going to pull a name out of a hat. So shake it up.
Thing
So
is
we're
going to
shaking
pick
it
one.
up.
Nice. Shout out
Right.
to Patrick, by the way.
All right, what do we got? I can read it for you. Oh, boy. All right, hold it up for the camera. Katie Fornash.
Katie.
Katie Fornash is the lucky winner of Why Run When. So Katie, who, by the way, for anyone who doesn't know, Katie was the first real producer of the podcast on episodes 1, 2, and 3 when we did it at her house with one microphone, sitting down around a table, talking to a microphone, not knowing what we're doing. Katie put a lot of work into the podcast. And so Katie's the lucky winner. There it is.
Yay.
So Katie,
you're going to love the book. It's great.
Patrick says,
All right.
congratulations, Katie. Katie says, I'm so excited. Thank you. Sarah says, congrats, Katie. Patrick, I have heard from a few people who I absolutely think are going to reach out to you. A lot of people said they loved the episode. So it was great. Thanks again. Denise, thank you for being a part of this. I really, really, really do hope that this video saves. I'm a little nervous, so I am screen recording. I started about 7 minutes in. So let's hope it saves, and if it does, everyone will get to listen to this again and listen to us trying to figure out how to do this live on Instagram. It reminds me a lot of our first episode with our first interview with Denise. We're figuring it out on the go, and I'm very excited that you agree every time to be our guinea pig. So the exact number, by the way, is 19,682 miles. So that is Patrick there commenting. Let me tell you one thing. We are going to keep growing and keep doing this, and we're going to try something else again, and I'm going to ask you to be our guinea pig. So I hope you say yes every time. I hope you continue to say yes and be our guinea pig.
Perfect. Anytime, guys.
That's awesome. One day we'll have our own studio, and we'll have a YouTube show maybe, and we'll have you be our first YouTube guest. That'll be fun. All right, Adeline.
For the hard questions.
Yes,
We'll prep you.
And
Don't worry. We'll prep you.
We'll be better prepped. Hey, I'm going to give you a chance here. You can add one more song to the Spotify playlist now that
Ooh.
you're on here.
Oh boy.
We didn't prep her for that one either. God.
It should be DuckTales.
No. I mean, people
She's
would
heard
really
it
like
enough.
that. Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, Denise, thank you for coming on and doing this with us. Erika, thank you. Thing up there, thank you, Thing, for being somewhat
Entertaining.
You're right. I hope everyone was entertained by that. So I
It
don't
was
know what's on
silly.
your
I was
hand.
laughing.
I'm going to go take a shower now and wash my head.
There you go.
Guys, thank you. And I don't know how to hang up, so we'll
Bye,
figure
guys.
this
Thanks
out.
for having me.
Bye, Denise. Thank you.
Bye, Erika. Bye, everyone. Thank you
Bye,
for coming
everybody.
on and
Thank you for watching. That was so much fun doing our first Instagram Live with Denise. Denise, thank you for being the guinea pig and for kind of rolling with some of the technical difficulties. And also, I have to share this, kind of kept me up that night because I realized I made a mistake talking to you about your race. So you did get to run Disney Marathon. It was one of your other races that got canceled. So I misspoke and I felt bad about it and it kept me up at night. So thank you for rolling with it and for smiling and, and just letting it slide.
That's right, because when we interviewed her last year, she was about to go and do a race that she was hoping to BQ at. It was in South Carolina, I think, but a big hurricane hit South Carolina and they canceled the race.
Yeah, so she didn't get to go. So that was the one that I got mixed up with Disney. So she did get to run the Disney Marathon, but this is her first Dopey, so it didn't mess that part up. But she rolled with it. She's a superstar, and it was so much fun to get to talk to her again. So you're welcome anytime, Denise. Anytime you feel like talking to us, we'll talk to you.
That was a ton of fun, and we'll do more. The next one will be when you're in Japan, and then the one after that will probably be the Boston Marathon. So that will be a ton of fun. Hopefully once a month, and then we'll put it on the RSS feed. So, guys, thank you. We had over 42 interactions with that live. We had, at one point, 22 people on at the same time. That was a blast. So
that's not too shabby.
Yeah. Well, also, what might have attracted some people was our book giveaway.
Definitely. And I'm glad everybody did tune in for that and answered your Instagram question.
So
do you want to tell the listeners what the actual answer was?
The actual number, I think, was 19,637 miles. It was somewhere in that area. But the answer, if you saw, and you missed, well, you heard it on the live, actually. It was B. It was in the 19,000 range. And you heard that Katie won. Katie won the book.
Yes, she did.
I know the book is on the way. One cool thing that Patrick likes to do is he will write you, if you buy the book from him, a personal note. And he asked for a little bit of info on Katie and one of our other listeners. I'm gonna say it. Lena bought the book already. He asked us for a little insider info on Lena. So he will write you a little personal message on the book. And Katie, he wrote one for you too. So I'm excited. Mine is on the way. I get it on Wednesday.
Awesome. I have to tell you, by the way, I couldn't wait to actually do this in front of you, but I scratched my scratch ticket from the Ohio lottery that Patrick sent me.
That's right. We forgot to do it on the live.
I couldn't wait. It was like burning a hole in my pocket.
You were like, I could have $1 million here. I need to know.
Well, I could have won. It says up to 1,000, but unfortunately it was not a winner, but that is not going to stop me from visiting Patrick in Ohio. So Flying Pig 2024. I think that's the plan.
What month is it?
It's in May.
Okay, so
I already have a marathon this year, so I wouldn't be able to swing it. But next year, I'm keeping my eyes out for the sign up, and I'll be doing the 4-way challenge with cheese, I'm sure.
All right, I'm going to
give me a challenge. I'm there.
I'm going to try to do it with you. So May of 2024, and that would be great training to do Dopey in 2025 because we'll do the miler, the 5K, the 10K, and the marathon, something like that. Yeah.
Yep, that sounds right to me.
Cool. Well, hey, real quick, what did you do today? Today is Sunday. What did you do? We're recording on Sunday night and not like our usual Monday night because I have a event I have to go to tomorrow. So what did you do today on Sunday?
Well, I had to go into work for a little bit. I know that's not fun, but
You
I
had
went in
to?
after I did my long run. Well,
You didn't
work never
have to,
stops,
but you
man,
did because of why?
because I'm prepping to go to Tokyo. It is happening in less than a month. Actually, today, the 5th, marks 1 month
From the
exactly
race.
until race day. But I am flying out a few days before. And yeah, I'm leaving the end of the month, so I'm trying to wrap up some loose ends at work and make sure I can enjoy my time off without worrying about leaving my coworkers in a lurch.
I felt bad. I felt bad when I went ice skating too with Adelaide. I'm like, oh, how am I skating? And Erica's at work. Oh, that stinks. That stinks.
I wasn't so bad. I got to get my run in this morning with Lynn, and I came home and I showered, had lunch. I mean, I wasn't there for super long with just a short trip to work.
Hey, so ice skating, ice skating is a great date. It's a great
Okay.
first couple early dates if you're in the dating world. It's a fantastic date. And it's fun. When I was there with Adeline, I could tell a few people there on dates, but I need to tell you this quick story. Adeline and
Yeah.
I took a break and we went to the stands and she's eating some popcorn, and there's these younger high school age kids and they're making fun of someone. I don't know who, but they're making fun of someone and they go, "Yeah, why would you go to public skating and never skate? Like, what are they doing?" They're making fun of two people, like a couple or something. Now I'm thinking,
Uh-huh.
you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking, how much fun would that be to just go to an ice skating rink and watch a bunch of people who don't know how to skate fall down and
Oh.
trip over each other? Like, that would be a good, entertaining evening, I think, in my mind, with a few drinks. That would be a great night. What do you think?
I would only recommend the drinks if you're not skating. Otherwise, somebody's gonna lose like a finger falling on the ice and somebody rolling over it. And,
Yeah, they're making
Uh,
fun of these people, and I'm thinking to myself, that kind of sounds like a good time.
I could see that. Oh, did I tell you about the last time I went ice skating? Actually, it was like the only time I've been skating in the last like 15, 20 years. I think I mentioned it. But back when I did Philly, I went ice skating with Audrey and
A
Katie.
couple weeks ago. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
smart to do right before your marathon.
We called it quits pretty early, but we're like, oh man, it's here. I can't resist. It was a lot of fun, but I did not get hurt. So that's all that matters. How's Adeline doing with it? Is she getting better?
Oh, the stride she's making is just amazing. It's like the first year we went skiing, it was constantly like teaching and learning. And then the second year, that like on her second run, it's like all of a sudden it clicked. Well, we didn't do much ice skating last year, but we did a ton the year before. We went 2 weeks ago, and it was like all of a sudden halfway through, it clicked. And then today, as we're skating again, it's just right where she left off. It seems to click. She's figuring it out. She's getting better on her edges. We are not at backward skating yet, not even close. But
And neither am I.
she would fall down. I saw this funny reel with Mike Tyson. Someone shows them taking their kids ice skating, and they go, "This is what happens." And then it cuts to Mike Tyson. "I broke my back." And the guy's like, "What do you mean?" "Spinal. Back's broken. My back is killing me. I see a chiropractor now, and it's pretty much because I have kids, because I take her ice skating and skiing, and I've had to pick her up so many times. But today, I never had to pick her up. She fell maybe 6 times in the hour and a half we were there, gets up on her
Okay.
own every time, like last year and the year before, falling constantly. And I constantly have to hold her underneath her shoulders, and my back was destroyed. So, yeah, unfortunately, I'm going to have to go through it again with the boys. My back is not excited for that. But I am seeing the chiropractor, and he's good. I'll be honest. I was a little disappointed when I went to the chiropractor the first few times. I thought there would be like a lot more cracking.
Right.
I thought I would get some really good cracks, and they're not like the ones you see on YouTube. They're not even close. But
Those are the bad cases. Yeah.
he does this one thing with my leg though. He'll grab my leg. He'll pull it off to the side of the table, and he'll kind of shake it out, and then he'll pull my leg towards him away from me, and it like pops my hip out or something, and it is amazing. I'm like, that is the greatest thing ever. I never thought coming to a chiropractor you would do something to my hips and open them up, but man, it is so great. So I've been seeing him since call it Thanksgiving, about twice a
That's
week, once a week
great.
now. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's finally, thinking I'm 37, I got to start taking care of myself.
Right. I went to see one just for general like posture issues, and I've been seeing him for like 3 years now. I go a couple times a month, and he just keeps me in line. It's I've noticed a huge difference in my running, like my stride,
Yeah.
and they've been helping me out a lot. So I hope they can do the same for you. Just keep you in check.
So we all need to do more strength. And one of the things I want to do, I'm learning, is I just need more strength in my back, but not like doing deadlifts. But when I do my crunches or my core workouts, I want to flip around on my belly and do like Supermans and raise my legs and raise my arms. Like, I think that will really help what's going on. So yeah,
There you go.
my back, it's felt great lately, much better than last summer. Last summer was the worst. I know I complained to you quite a bit about my back. So
Well, you can complain to me more if we start running again together.
we will. We will. It's coming up. We're going to do it. And then, I really hope it's going to be on Wednesday nights once hockey's over. We can do a run every Wednesday night with Katie and with her group. And that's
Perfect.
Total Image is doing it, right? So that'll be fun. We just need to, when hockey's over and it's close, I got like 6 games left and then playoffs, and I'm hoping I get the state championship game again. So that would be a lot of fun.
Very cool.
Yeah, it would be cool. But I think that's good for now. This is probably not as short as we thought it was going to be, but it was fun. When you see these Instagram live episodes, I think you're going to get a little more of us chatting.
I mean, yeah, we don't get to do a lot of it when we're spending more time with our interviewees, right?
Yeah,
We'd rather listen to them anyways.
yeah, those long form interviews that they're turning into are just so much fun. It's hard to stop talking.
So
sometimes.
hard to keep those it's hard to keep those concise when we just want to keep chatting and learn more about them. So yeah, it's understandable.
It's a blast. So everybody, thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to check us out on Instagram. Our Instagram is @OnTheRuns. Also, I get to add this now. Check out our Patreon. And if you want, we would really appreciate if you supported us on Patreon. And you can find our Patreon link in our show notes and also somewhere in our Instagram, but they will be in the show notes going forward. So if you want to send us a message, you can email us at ontherunspod@gmail.com, or you can just slide into those DMs like most of you do all the time. And I love it. I love getting your messages. Guys, thank you so much for the comments you left about Patrick and Ruth and Alex this past month. It was a great month of January. We had a ton of fun, and we're bringing you more, and we got some big guests lined up after you get back from Tokyo. Even before, we got a couple more coming up. We got another one from the 440 crew.
Looking forward to it. We're going to have so much fun.
I can't wait, Erika. Well, you have a great night. Enjoy your week. Stay warm, everybody. The weather, it's like a heat wave now that cold weather is out of the way. So, Erika, you got to send us off, girl.
Yes, I do. Don't forget to stretch.
3, 2, 1,
Podcast, we are coming to you virtual again. I love this virtual. I love it when we record I'm trying to say this word.
Virtually.